Hey everyone, it is Sunday, September 5th. The time right now is 5:23 p.m. I'm here in Midtown, just north of the intersection of Yonge and St. Clair. And there's my TekTrendy ES Commute scooter. And I thought for today I'd hop on it and take a ride down Yonge Street. And I'll head south through downtown, maybe down a front. Then I'll probably head over to Simcoe Street and find my way back up north. All right, I'll hop on the scooter now. I think I accidentally turned on the scooter headlights. And this is the intersection of Heath and Yonge. I've just turned south onto Yonge. Right into a car blocking the bike lane. Good job. And a video I just would have posted featured myself along with the Ken Continuum walking south from Midtown to downtown, although the portion that appeared on my channel will be from Yonge and Eglinton down to Summer Hill, which is just up ahead here. Let me turn that headlight off. And this is Yonge and St. Clair. And this is the Labor Day long weekend here in Canada. Labor Day is the first Monday of September. Although I think in most parts of the world it's actually on May 1st. So I guess we're a little different in that regard. And for most elementary and high school kids, it usually symbolizes the end of summer and a return to the classroom. And here in Toronto, it's usually the last weekend of the Canadian National Exhibition, although that's been canceled this year and the year prior. Although they were still holding the air show. You were able to hear the planes over the city yesterday and today, and I think they'll be doing it again tomorrow. And I was out last night on my e-scooter recording a live stream. And it's the first time I've used it in a week or so on this channel. And I kind of like the idea of resting the legs for one more day, so that's why I'm out on this instead of walking around. I did just take delivery of my new e-bike. So maybe that would have been a better idea for today, although I do want to maximize my time on the e-scooter while the weather's nice. As you'll be seeing plenty of that new e-bike towards the end of fall and throughout winter. I pointed out in my live stream, some of these umbrellas, well not these ones, but coming up ahead here, kind of hang dangerously over the bike lane to the point where I found myself kind of ducking and weaving out of the way of them. And when I went along the Danforth and through Greektown, none of those umbrellas were hanging over the bike lane. There's the Summerhill LCBO store on the left, and I just rode by Summerhill Station, so that's where my video would have ended. And from there to Dundas Square, I recorded a video with Ken on his channel, so you can find that there. Here's some umbrellas hanging over, right at eye level. So those tall towers up ahead are at the north end of downtown, and that's the Yorkville neighborhood. I think these umbrellas are normally a bit of a problem, but they're all folded up today as it's not that sunny. These bike lanes on Yonge Street are new. They were added earlier this year. And hopefully they get voted in as a permanent addition. It's really just on a trial basis right now, although I don't see why they wouldn't be kept. And we're at Rosedale Station. And you'll notice, once again, rather than using the GoPro, I'm using my Pocket 2 to record this. The feedback was rather positive when I used this on my e-bike and on the scooter previously, so I think the GoPro will be used less and less moving forward. I'll have to figure out which one works better with the new e-bike. I also want to rig a setup where I can get the handlebars in the shot. And somewhat frustratingly, this bike lane comes to an end just south of Bloor Street. I really don't understand why they wouldn't have just made it continuous through downtown, although there are plans to add one eventually and reduce Yonge to one lane of traffic. It really should be no lanes of traffic. That was kind of dangerous. She should have pulled over to the right to hop off her bike. So over to the right, we'll take you into the Yorkville neighborhood. So with tomorrow being a holiday, this won't have the usual Sunday vibe to it. And I think malls are open till 7 today. Or more specifically, the Eaton Center, which I'll be going past in the not too distant future. And I think most retail will probably be open till around then. So there should still be a fair bit of people out, especially with no C&E to go to this year. And here's Yonge and Bloor. And there's a very nice car. It's not uncommon to see cars like that roaming around Yorkville. And here's where the bike lane comes to an end. Yonge Street is not in the best of condition. Once you get to the downtown stretch here. What is this car doing? It's a weird place to turn right from. That was an empty bag of milk I just ran over. And if you're not Canadian, you might be scratching your head at that, but yes, bags of milk are a thing here in Canada. And hopefully this camera's doing a good job of smoothing out the ride, as this is extremely bumpy. And this is Yonge and Wellesley coming up. So I came down this way on my live stream yesterday. And it was around a similar time of day too. I try not to duplicate areas too much, and I guess with that live stream and my previous video down Yonge, there'll be a healthy dose of Yonge Street on my channel over the last few days. Here's Alexander Street, or at least on the left it is. And here's Yonge and College, at least on the right, Yonge and Carleton on the left. Or rather, just College on the right, Carleton on the left. And College Park is just in on the right here. And this stretch of Yonge has been under construction for a very long time. I think there's a water main replacement going on, something to that effect. A paper plate. I think that was more styrofoam. There's a future home of an urban IKEA location on the right. And it's Yonge and Gerrard. This is always a vibrant part of the city. I remember coming here as a kid and playing arcade games and going to the music stores that used to be a mainstay of this area. The Sam's, the HMV, the Sunrise. That slowpoke goes right through the red light. And here is Yonge and Dundas coming up. These cars shouldn't be turning, so I'm not sure what the holdup is.
The first of their strength in the tents of Ham. He made his own people go forth like sheep. The Bible said he made his own people go forth like sheep. He guided them in the wilderness like a flock. He led them on safely so that they did not fear. But the sea overwhelmed their enemies, and he brought them to his holy border, the mountain which his right hand had acquired. He also drove out nations before them, allotted them an inheritance by surveying, and made the tribe of Israel dwell in the tents. Amen.
It's Dundas Square on the left. And the Eaton Center, of course, on the right. And what is this guy doing? Apparently in the city, when you put your four-ways on, you can just park anywhere. Ooh. So I will take Yonge, I think, south to front. I might explore the waterfront tomorrow. So maybe I'll just leave that out of this one. And I think Queen Street to the right here gets cut off at some point. Distracted cyclist in front of me. He was too busy looking at his phone. He didn't notice the light changed. And this is Richmond. There's a bike lane on this one, but heads in the west direction. This is a long light cycle. Everything to the right here is part of the financial district. And this stretch of Yonge is nice and smooth. It's got a fresh coating of asphalt on it. I was tempted to go right over that balloon. There's quite a few supercar sightings today. I think that's the third one. And coming up is Wellington. I recorded a walk along here earlier in the week. Are you kidding me? He started changing lanes and then he looked. How not to drive. So I'll make a right here on Front. Along with everyone else in the world, it seems. Made sure no one was turning right. And now it's west on Front, and there's the Dominion Public Building on the left. And some people posing in front of a Porsche 911. Right into the sun. Here's some bike sharrows. I don't really like these things. They sort of give you a false sense of comfort. I'd rather just have dedicated bike lanes or nothing. And I don't think I've ever taken the e-scooter along this part of Front, but it is bumpy. As I go past the Royal York on the right here. Here's University Avenue. I think I said I'd take Simcoe, which should be in the next block to the west here. Well, York Street immediately on the right, and University is just next to it. Okay. It's one way to get into traffic. The old just block everyone method. And here's Simcoe Street. There's a no right turn sign here, as it is closed. I did not know that. I suppose it would be harmless if I just got off and walked my scooter across that crossing there. It's not like I'd be in the way of anyone. Must be closed due to the construction of this new tower going in, the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan. Oh, that was just a short little stretch of Simcoe that was closed. I saw a lot of people on bikes and scooters squeezing along the side. Oh well. And the Sky Dome where the Blue Jays played earlier is just up here on the left. And I think they won 8-0. Putting them something like 4.5 back of the wild card. Let's head north here up John. Still a lot of people out in Blue Jays gear. And here's King Street West. It's not too often you see someone moving swiftly on one of those city bikes there. Ooh, marked. I think its days would be numbered in that building, given the redevelopment plans. And here's Queen Street West. I'm trying to think, which way do I want to go? Straight ahead is Grange Park, but Queen might be a bit more interesting. Yeah, let's say Queen. I'm gonna walk over to the west side here, and then I'll cross over to the north, and I'll head west directly into the sun for a few blocks.
Yeah, Rob with the parkour. Down when they're gonna hear when I'm kicking out, they start flipping out like parkour. Take another sip. Every time I spit it when I run this hit. Okay, that's already coming with Robin Hood, knocking wood. This song gotta run legit. Wow, I just rhymed that. In less than a second, have your mind flat. I'm like, okay, now I gotta spit it. You gotta ask.
This is a very popular spot for shopping. Oh. Apparently, I'm invisible. There's another scooter right in front of me. I'm not sure how good the picture is going to look for this part. is I've got that sun bearing down straight ahead. All right, I'm gonna turn north on Spadina here. That's pretty smart. So this will take me up through Chinatown. Is he gonna run the red? Kind of. Ended up turning, but you're still supposed to stop. Although I don't blame him for that. Those food on delivery people are everywhere. She's just going right down the sidewalk on that thing. Technically, that type of e-bike is not supposed to be in bike lanes, but I don't know how that rule applies to these Sharrows here. Okay. That's Spadina and Dundas. There seems to be some traffic right here. Oh, this cab has just stopped where it's not supposed to. Good job. I gotta get me some of those four-way lights. Just turn those puppies on and stop wherever the heck you please. What is this person doing? And it's College and Spadina. Look at this SUV. Why are you so far over the line? So I came walking down the other side of Spadina here about 3 days ago in a video. when I went up to the new TNT supermarket. And it's kind of nice to be away from all the traffic. So I think what I'll do is I'll just turn right at Bloor Street West, which will be coming up here in a few blocks. These are probably students who have the glorious privilege of in-campus learning at the University of Toronto, which is all around me in this area. And maybe I'll just take Bloor Street to either Avenue or Yonge, and then I'll call it a video, and from there I'll ride home. But I'll spare you that part of the ride. So this is Harvard Street. And there's UFT graduate housing on the right. Pretty good. Person gets a gold medal, an Uber Eats driver who stops at red lights. I can now say I've seen everything. And it's 6:01 p.m. So this is the heart of the Annex neighborhood, although I'd argue turning left here on Bloor would be more interesting than turning right. Still, that's the way I'm going. Thank you. And I'm gonna get to stop anyways here at Huron. This restaurant on the right, Gyubi, is quite good. That's a Japanese grill. It's all you can eat. I went there about 3 weeks ago. I would say the university resuming in-class learning has given this area a fresh injection of new faces. There's definitely a lot of people that look like they're part of the university crowd walking around. Here's where the mayor lives. And this is a real nice surface to be riding on. So I think what I'll do is I'll turn north at Bay Street. This part here is known as the Mink Mile. It's a rather high-end shopping district. One of the problems with bike lanes is when you want to make a left turn, they kind of pin you on the right side of traffic, whereas when you're on the road, you can just jump into the left turning lane. Looks like there's a fair bit of traffic in this area. What are you doing? There's no parking spot there. All right, I'm gonna walk across here because this is Bay. Hey, another supercar.
Yeah, exactly.
I missed what's going on there, but they're loading someone onto an ambulance, unfortunately. And it's north on Bay. There's a little area up here I think I'll end the ride at. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this ride through downtown, starting around Yonge and St. Clair in Midtown, heading down Yonge to Front Street, and then up to Queen and through Chinatown, and then Bloor, and now here in Yorkville. Here's the Four Seasons. I think this is a good spot to end things. Rather fancy looking, whatchamacallit. Just going to this park. I've still got about 3/4 battery left, so I'll easily be able to make it back home. Just a reminder to subscribe if you haven't already done so. I also have another channel, Johnny Stumbles. You can go over there and check that out. And I also have an Instagram account, and channel memberships are available through Patreon or YouTube channel membership. There'll be links to those in the description. And that's about it. And if you're interested in this particular e-scooter, there's a link to that as well. It's the TekTrendy ES Commute. All right, let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.